Hey guys, as promised, I am back and I'm going to take you through the process of purchasing my first property. Let me go ahead and share the screen. And here we are. And so, if you've researched Lofty and you're interested enough to watch this next video, I'm already signed in. And so, this is the Lofty Marketplace. And so, what you do is you can go down through here. You can get kind of specific on your properties. There are almost too many properties to research. And so I narrowed it down. I have some of y'all may think this is kind of weird, and you may completely disagree with it if you're real estate folks. But I have one main criteria for things like this when I'm looking for properties, and that's what I call the Starbucks principle. Uh, I drink a ton of coffee. I'm a coffee fanatic, slightly addicted, but I can quit anytime I want. I just don't want to. But what I like to do is I find properties that are near Starbucks. There's actually proven research that shows that when a Starbucks moves in near properties, property values go up. And this is one of the reasons that Starbucks moves into areas. Starbucks will only move into areas where they anticipate property values going up anyway, them being enough commuter traffic, enough walking traffic. So, in other words, the way I figure it is if Starbucks is putting thousands and thousands of dollars into researching where new stores are going to be, buying a property near one of those places can't be all bad. And so I found one. I wanted to get something in the Southeast where I might actually have a chance of seeing it someday. And so I found this one here over on the far left with a little fire pit right there, 75 Boulevard Northeast, Unit 1 in Atlanta, Georgia. And so there are, let's see, 8.3% projected rental yield, 11% annual return. Not the highest one. I would say it's in the maybe the upper tier of percentages on with some of the ones I looked at. Available 231 tokens at $50. So I'm going to go ahead and click over to the page. I already had it pulled up. Now, here's a couple more reasons why I'm choosing this one. So, as far as real estate goes, do your own due diligence and research your own properties according to your own specifications, what you like, maybe something that's near you, maybe you have certain criteria of your own. I wanted to find something near me, not too far away. I wanted to check for a Starbucks store nearby, and yes, there's one 2 blocks away. And I know this area pretty well. This is an Atlanta condo, and the pictures are beautiful. I wouldn't mind staying here. This one is actually about a block away from in downtown Atlanta from the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr. And it is also a block away from the huge Martin Luther King Jr. Historical Center. There are parks, statues, things like that. And I know this place well because I've stayed in an Airbnb probably 1 block on the other side of this place. That was really nice when I was in town for a conference. And this is a very nice area. And the neat thing about this area, mainly because of the historical value of the birthplace of Martin Luther King Jr., is that this area is not being gentrified, but it is being built up. There are a lot of older houses, like mill house type homes, something like you see in any downtown area, where all the houses look the same, and they were built for factory workers, that kind of thing. But they're not being gentrified, pushing everybody out so much as they're just being restored, and people are putting money back into these houses. And so it's a nice area. It's walkable. You can see that beautiful Atlanta skyline from the back patio here. And so another reason, though, so I know the area. It's a good area. There's a Starbucks nearby, 2 criteria for me. And then another criteria that I really enjoyed. And I'm just going to scan down the page here, show you some of the reasons I picked this property. You can see the token value actually went up to 53 at one point, and now it's back down to 50. You can scan through financials, documents, all those things if you want. There's a lot of information here, kind of like what you'll find on Zillow or the MLS, except it's geared more towards investing. 3 bed, 3.5 bath, square footage. There's a little bit about the owner there and their intentions for the property. Every one of these I looked at, they're very clear about their intentions for the property. And here's the other reason, the main third reason that I picked this one is not one where it's annual tenants, anything like that. This is actually an Airbnb property, and it's listed on Lofty by an Airbnb superhost. If you know anything about Airbnb, which my wife is more into that realm of things, this is a big deal. This one has the rating that it carries. Here's actually a picture of the Airbnb page. You can, if you wanted to go on there, you could click the link and see way more photos of what they show to Airbnb renters. But I just like the idea of this not being a standard income property, like just renting to tenants. I like the idea of this being a superhost property. And it also just tells me that this is probably going to become more and more profitable for me in the future, as long as I keep my tokens in this property. And so you can read here a lot more details about when it's been built, what's inside, what kind of stuff. I mean, here's even the closing costs, property management, and insurance. Another great thing about Airbnb, this being an Airbnb property, is that this place would carry its own homeowner's insurance by the property owner, but there's also an insurance policy tacked onto that from Airbnb for damage from people that stay there. Let's see. So they 4.93 stars on Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com. So it's listed all over the place. Let's see. Owners will begin receiving daily rent on the same day they invest via a rent credit. And then, like I say, you can cash out the rent credits at some point. I will film a video when I do that for the first time. I have not even bought this property yet. So there's some of the Airbnb reviews, location data, 4 out of 5, neighborhood rating is an A rating for zip code on niche. And of course, you can really get into some detail here with the due diligence. I'm getting tongue tied on that one. Due diligence documents. And so that's the end of this listing. Now, one other thing I want to show you before I actually make my purchase, and we see how easy or not that is I clicked on to Jerry Chu, the CEO of Lofty. I clicked onto his feed, and I also see that 1 week ago, he was bragging about this exact property. In his words, the first Airbnb property listed on Lofty by a seller who was also a Lofty user. This is exactly the type of ecosystem we had hoped to develop with our user base. And so he is pretty excited that this property, the one I'm going to purchase into, is listed here on Lofty. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And so it gave me a little more confidence with investing in this one. And look, Jerry Chu's profile photo there has him with a dog. I heard a story one time that when you're doing profiles on dating sites and things like that, if you put a dog in the picture, not cats. Some of y'all, I know Travis, Kansas Travis has a cat. Personally, I like cats better myself. But if you put a dog in the picture, people automatically see you as more likable and trustworthy. And so Jerry is following the script there. I find that kind of interesting. All right, so enough talk about dogs and dating sites. Let's go ahead and try buying something. So I'm going to click on the buy. And I'm doing this live. I'll film the video, so you're going to see everything I see and do, unless I screw up and I pause it. But let's see, custom quantity. All right, so you can automatically go 10 tokens, $50. I mean, you can go as much as you want. I'm going to do a custom quantity at 1 because as far as this being a new project and in my pie strategy, my overall pie investment strategy, I'm still starting low. Small investments until I work up all my other pie pieces accordingly. Payment method, let's see. There we go. Payment method. I have already entered in my credit card. And so, like I said, in the future, if I do this more, I'm going to get an Algo wallet and I'll try all that out. If I do, I'll film a video for that. Right now, I'm just going to pay by credit card. And I did talk to you on the other video about the downside of investing with credit cards. That's why you don't use credit cards at the casino either. All right, so that's order expiration 30 days, platform fee. There's the fees, processing fee, all that good stuff. And so I'm going to write these numbers down real quick so that I can put this into my spreadsheet and know exactly when I ROI out of this, because even though I'm investing 50, I have to add these other fees in. I'm kind of a nerd about that. I mean, somebody could easily just say, okay, I invested $55 and just round it up, but 54.38 is what I'm investing, and that's how I'll know when I ROI from this program. And so let's preview the order. All right, here's the order preview. I'm going to move my head again so that we're not covering. Okay, we weren't covering anything up. All right, payment method, credit card, $50, expiration 30, platform fee, 54.38. So that's the preview buy limit order. And so I'm going to submit that order. These funds go directly to the operating reserve. That is, oh, okay, that's because I flashed over that. I thought that was part of the submitting order thing. You can click on those links there, and if you want to see more information. And look, oh, look at all the confetti. It's falling. It's all pretty and everything. All right, you just ordered some real estate. you will be an owner of 75. There's the address. If your order can be matched, share Lofty with some friends. All right, so I have made a purchase. Now, I'll do some more videos or at least some updates. I'm pretty sure I'll get some emails as everything's going. I've probably already gotten 10 emails just by doing this right here, because just signing up for Lofty, like I said, they're way more forward facing than a lot of the crypto projects you're going to get into, where you don't get many emails, you don't want many emails. This though is for all intents and purposes, it's acting a lot more like some of the IRAs and 529 plans, other investments, traditional investments that I have. I'm getting tons of emails from them, and you've signed up, you've logged in, a new person is logged in, all that. So I'm pretty sure when I go check my emails, I'll have some more stuff, and I'll update you as needed, or as necessary, however you want to look at it, as I get more emails. But that's how easy it is to purchase property on Lofty. And so if you get into it, I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, and it's not for you, there are tons of other projects on here. I mean, a lot of these projects that we get into, someone we get in and out because it's fun, not fun. We like the founders, we like the way it works. Personally, I've tried some other online real estate investment projects, and I like this one. It's way more seamless and way easier to do than some of the others. And I won't say who they are because I'm trying to see if they've changed any before I talk bad about them. And so that's it. I'm going to hit return to marketplace, and tell you what, just for fun, let's see. Let's find my dashboard and see what's showing on my dashboard. All right, so there's a governance survey. Oh, come on. I'm filming a live video here, guys. Don't make me take a survey. Welcome to the Lofty family. Congratulations, blah, blah, blah. Please vote. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. You know what? I will, yeah, I'll just keep it on this video and go ahead and go through the survey so you can see what happens here. If this part is incredibly boring for you, as it might be, just feel free to turn the video off. But one of the things about Lofty is I'm now a part owner, and so I get to help vote in any decisions. So let's say, for instance, I don't know if this would happen, but let's say the owner decides, you know what, I'm going to quit the Airbnb thing. It's too much trouble. I'm not making enough money, and I'm going to just do this to an annual tenant, rent it out for an annual tenant. And they would have to bring this to us as property owners, and we vote on it. Now, voting is done by percentage, and so I own a tiny, minuscule percentage of this property, and so my vote would only count for a certain percentage, but that's what's done. And also, I think certain items, if there are damages, anything like that, let's say a tornado goes through in Atlanta, and they're updating us and letting us know about repairs, modifications, or maybe they're updating the kitchen. Anything like that has to get voted on, and the vote goes to the property manager. So let's get started. If a tenant's rental payment is late, how long would you prefer to wait before the eviction process? Some of this won't apply to me as much because this is an Airbnb one. So what do y'all think? Y'all can't talk to me right now, but let's see. If the rent is late, how long would you prefer to wait? I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I don't do real estate. It's something I want to get into, but I haven't done much. So some of y'all might have different answers. I'm going to say 2 months. 2 months. If the property is vacant, how long would you prefer to wait before beginning to decrease the rent? Let's say 1 month. How long would you prefer that properties are held before they're sold? Well, if I'm investing here, I don't ever want it to be sold. I'm sure there might be reasons, but if part of the property is in bad shape, but they're technically still functional, would you prefer they be replaced immediately? No, I mean, this is a nice property. You guys saw those pictures. I didn't show all of them, but you saw the pictures. This is a beautiful place. And so if something like the stove, the fridge, something that's in bad shape, it's not going to look good on the Airbnb reviews. So I'm going to say, you know what? Replace that sucker immediately. How often should the rent be raised? Assuming the market would support renting at a higher price point. Well, this being an Airbnb one, I mean, I'm going to say like often. I mean, I assume they're looking at how often the Airbnb. They're probably doing even higher rates for weekends, things like that. So I'm just gonna say once per year. If rents were to be increased, how much should they adjust for? Let's see. I'm gonna go with the property manager. Oh no, increase the rent to the highest rent a comparable property. Yeah, let's go with that. Tenant is late on current month. Oh, what's wrong with these tenants? Why are they so late? They did not have any overdue balance before this missed payment. Okay, so I guess this is kind of asking, do we want to give them a chance? Do we want to give them a chance? So offer cash for keys equal to 50% of the rent, send an eviction notice. I'm going to offer payment plan and leave this up to the property manager. And why is it giving me a number there? Let's see. Let's go back up to the original question. Then how would you like to proceed? Oh, okay. It's asking me to drag it for the options. All right. So I'm going to do this as option 1. And offer cash for keys. Yeah, let's do it that way. 1, 2, and 3. They're late on the current month. They already have an overdue balance more than 1 month's rent. See, now they're making me mad. Now they're making me mad. I would let's see. You know what? They are making me mad, but I'm gonna assume they're good people and they just ran into some trouble. Or less than 1 month's rent. I'm gonna follow my same process there and just go for all of them. Tenant makes a partial payment. Yeah, it's just going to be my policy on this one. And yet again, man, a lot of these types of questions. But this is pretty cool. As far as investing in these properties, it helps the property manager a lot. Having this out of the way, they know how to do things. And from my point of view, with wanting this investment to be more passive, it means that the property manager is not going to be bothering me for as many things for any reasons. All right, that kicked me out of the account page. And so now let's go back to the account and see what that looks like. Okay, so account value, $50, available balance. And so I haven't made any rent money yet. Let's move my head up there. Okay, rent balance. So like I said, I've not earned any rent yet. I've just invested in this property. 1 property owned. There we go. And let's see, LLC documents. All right, click here to sign co-owner agreement.